All right, Kansas in the Xfinity car. I'm gonna do my standard setup for B-Fix 16 to 1 plus 257. Steering you can always change for comfort, of course. Brake bias I recommend having it low because we're going to be using the brake to run the bottom on the long run. Definitely on the top two when you get later into the run. I actually do brake tap a little bit, even on my hot lap, sometimes running the top depending on how I approach the corner. I do think top is the best. It's really sketchy though. This car bottoms out up top. I don't love the setup for it. There's just certain bumps, and the problem is like the closer you are to the wall, the less you're gonna feel the bumps, just because of where they are. So you can run the very sketchy right by the wall, or you can go through the bumps and have to get through the rotation. I'm gonna go for a second lap here. I think third lap I'll try the bottom too, just a secret third lap. I need to survive this top first though, because it's a little sketchy. Like right when I'm here, right there, I go through bumps that make me really tight, and if I don't have yaw in the car already, it's just gonna send me straight towards the wall. So I almost have to like over rotate the top in 3 and 4. A little loose, but it's okay. It just plows through those bumps, man. Not a fan. Gotta keep it high and get the car yawed. Actually gonna bring it down here. I mean, like, that's just as effective as driving through those really bad bumps there. Let's try the bottom. That's my lap, but let's try the bottom. Let's roll the bottom, nice and easy. Yeah. Like, you see the run isn't horrible bottom to top, but it's just not quite enough. Unfortunate. I probably could be pushing harder too, but I just don't think it's there. Especially off of here. That's a lot bigger of a run than I thought it would be off of 4. Yeah. So it looks like it's a sketchy top qualifying lap. I will be running bottom for most of the long run though. Yeah, so I'll just show you what I'm talking about here, about these bumps. You don't feel them in the truck at all. Don't feel them. I don't remember feeling them in the ARCA car either, really. So, the first set of bumps I actually was able to avoid. They're like right here, but they're really close to the seam, so you have to stay really close to the cockpit, or to the wall. Like at least halfway. I think it's like all this stuff. Yeah, you see how that's kind of crazy. It just kind of overcorrects my car. Like I'm obviously steering too, but it just straightens my car out there, and I'm really lucky to be able to get that car straightened out again. But anyways, let's talk about the actual driving. So I enter the corner, make sure that your nose is pointed before the banking starts, half throttle, and then I'm just trying to get back to full as early as possible. And then I'm actually kind of over rotating. Yeah, right here. Right here is another bump where the car feels like coming off of here, I feel like I should be turning more. And then I hit this right here, and the car just really plows through it, and I barely keep it off the wall. So you almost have to keep your car turning down more than you think you would need to. Let's watch that left front. Just something about it. I don't know what it is. I don't think that left front's dragging, but something about it, just you go through the bumps and they make your car really tight. Okay, turn 3 and 4, same deal. I'm even going to try to stay even closer to the wall here because the bumps are really bad if you stay right by the seam. Normally I'd like to stay by the seam because there's no real difference in banking. And then notice here how I'm like, okay, let's just do a late apex, because it's really hard for me to get back on the throttle around those bumps. Like sure, it's probably a little bit faster to stay right by the wall, but if I'm already getting loose like that, let's just drive it out. Just draw a straight line from where you're going. Car's already rotating itself. You tell me where to go, car. That's what I'm saying. It's pretty sketchy, like I said, but when your car starts getting light, when you get on full throttle here, you just gotta let your car tell you where it wants to go. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But the more that you put yourself in that situation, the more you'll learn a lot about what you can and can't trust with the car. So half throttle, full throttle is gonna get you loose every time. Maybe use that to do a late apex, late diamond, then start finish line. All right. So long run here. Love the bottom. Top actually might be good in the short run, but the problem is it's hard to outrun the bottom up top. If you're gonna do it, like you're gonna have to be like full pushing, risking, just to get like a good 2/10 a lap. So if you want to make up spots, like it's a good option. Track position. I think 3 laps of ripping the top won't put you too far behind in the tires, especially if you don't end up sliding anything too bad. But if you're kind of on an island, if you got some room, if you don't really want to pass anyone, just roll in the bottom, a little brake tap, get the car down to the bottom, straighten out the wheel. Like the run is not that bad. I'm going to be 2/10 off of my best possible 1 and 2 corner from hot lap. That's well within the range of what's acceptable for a early run, long run. Like if I get back to the start finish line 3.5 tenths off my all-time best, like that's right in the range of where I want my comfortable early run line to be. If I want to push harder, defend, then yeah, go up top. But I think like within like 2 or 3 laps, that top is not going to be that much faster than the bottom. But what happens is that you're just on a slight disadvantage on tire heat for the rest of the run. Just letting the car slide, like, yeah, very consistent. And then as we get later into the run, we actually will start going to the top. And that's going to be sketchy because of these bumps. You see how I just go through that bump and it sends me straight up the corner? And because I didn't approach that bump correctly, it's no longer faster than the bottom. So you have to like really perfectly align yourself through these bumps for the top to even be better than the bottom. Oh, jeez. I don't think it's worth it, man. I think that bottom is just the right choice because that top is just really good when you're full focused for hot lapping. But knowing when those bumps come up in a race, when a bunch of other cars are around you, it's so hard. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. But if in races I do here, it's like I'm working not as hard, running similar lap times, doing better on my tires. It's like completely a win-win for me. But then we get to 20 laps into the run, and everyone goes up top. Now's when we got to be careful, because those bumps are still going to exist. This car just hates those bumps. So you, as much as you think you can carry your speed into the corner, you got to be a little bit more conservative, or you got to be a little more aggressive on your pitch, on how much you yaw the car. Like I'm yawing the car so much here, because when I hit those bumps, it's crazy how much rotation I was getting throughout that corner, and because I drive through that one set of bumps, I just don't even make the exit. It's still going to be best late run because the bottom is going to become, you have to lift too much, you got no grip down there, you have no run off the corner. Like that's a nice corner there because I finally mostly avoided the bumps. This like late turn down to drive through the bumps instead of past the bumps might end up being good. There is a world where on some track temperatures, just the bottom is going to be best the whole race. I've seen that before. So again, that's what comes with a multi-groove track. Just approach every groove the same. You want to not overdrive entry and be as early on the throttle as possible without the car sliding up the track. I know that when I run races at Kansas, I'm on the bottom until somebody forces me to leave the bottom. That's just how I usually roll. But you see the fall off, see all of that. Top should get better unless the bumps are really that bad. So you just gotta figure out how to enter those corners so that you're not sliding up under throttle. That's really all there is to it, but it's a lot to deal with. Right rear on fire compared to the right front, which tells me that maybe some sort of diamonding line on the top might be okay. Overdriving your entries on the bottom to the point that we're not picking up the throttle as early, but we're just trying to get more speed out of corner entry. That might become a little bit better, but it's going to be definitely a right rear type race. You got to try to keep your car under you. Another reason why I like staying on the bottom, because up top, those bumps really like to disengage the rear, and that's even more right rear tire wear. All right, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope to see you all on the track.